And you know what time it is? It's time for KP's Video News. KP's Video News, y'all. KP's Video News, y'all. How about them Dodgers? Yep. Here we go, folks. This is going to be an election-heavy episode because you have got to, as they've been saying, as everybody's been saying lately, you got to get out here and vote like your life depended on it. Get out here and vote, man. You got to get out there and vote. And so this is a really important episode. This is, you know, I'm going to come back to you again on this, but I got to send this out today because a lot of states, as of Friday, October 30th, which is tomorrow, is the last day of early voting. Early voting. So check out your local state and county registrar as far as voting is concerned. How, you know, like I know in a lot of spots though, Friday is the last day. The 30th is the last day for early voting. A lot of states, those early voting ballots have to be turned in by Friday midnight in order to be counted. So you got to do that. Otherwise, you're going to have to vote on, because Saturday and Sunday it won't be any voting. So you're going to have to vote in a lot of states. Check your local spot voting office out. And then Tuesday, voters are going to kick back in on Tuesday. So that would be, in a lot of states, Saturday, Sunday, and Monday, it won't be any voting. And then Tuesday, they'll kick back in. Like I said, not all states, but a lot of states will stop voting as of midnight Friday night on October 30th. So check your local voter registration place and find out what's going on. And if you have those mail-in ballots, so you know this is coming. This is like in every state, but this governor of Michigan encourages voters to drop off the ballots. Drop off the ballots. If you have any mail-in ballots, it's too late to mail them. Do not mail those ballots. Drop them off at your local polling office. Local polling office or your local drop box. So, election day is less than a week away. It's like 5 days away. And given concerns about the abnormal mail delays, voters across the country are starting to ask whether it's already too late to drop their ballots in the mail. And so it was shared that on a message on October 19th that she can contain that answer straight from the governor of Michigan. The governor of Michigan stated, "Do not mail in your ballots. Please take them to a drop-off box or to the clerk's office." So, you know, I'm just stating what this particular governor stated. Yep. So, you know, this is Thursday, October 29th. And, you know, we already got so many delays in mailing. Take your votes. If you have one of those states where you can drop them off at the drop boxes, take it to the drop box. If not, take it to your county and your state and your local election clerk's office and drop it off in person. And that's what I did 2 weeks ago. I dropped mine off in person and put it directly in the box at my local voting office. And so this is what you need to do now. And but it's true, you know, you can't if you can, you know, go ahead and take it, man. Go ahead and take it to the clerk's office. Just you know, so you got to do it, man. It's too close. We are too close to election day, and the right to vote is too important to rely on the Postal Service to deliver absentee ballots on time. So citizens who are already have an absentee ballot should sign the back of the envelope and hand deliver it to their city or township clerk's office or ballot drop box as soon as possible, man. You got to do it, man. Take it to the appropriate drop box, and you can look that up. You can go on the internet and you can look it up, man. A lot of spots you can look it up, and they'll tell you where the closest drop box is to your neighborhood, or the closest office that you can take it to and drop it off. Got to do it now. So, like I said, the mail delivery times between states and counties, it's been slow, man. It's been really, really slow because Trump deliberately changed postmasters and put in a defective postmaster that is dead set on trying to sabotage the vote to try to help Trump. So he's going to delay a lot of votes are going to be disrupted. So in Michigan, a lower court ruled that ballots postmarked by November 2nd could be counted up to 2 weeks after the election, but an appeals court reversed that rule. So in Michigan, only absentee ballots received by 8 p.m. on election day will be counted. So, like I said, these rules are different in every state. The postcard from the Postal Service itself advises voters to mail your ballot at least 7 days before election day. We're past that. We already passed that. 7 days, we passed the 7-day mark. So that means you have got to get out there. You got to get up off your butt now. Find a drop box, or take it down to your local election office and drop it off. Giving you that knowledge, man. KP Video News, drink it up. Anyway, the rapper Common encourages young people to vote. Say, I think our future is bright. Many know Common as a Grammy and Oscar-winning rapper and songwriter, but he is also a voting rights activist. As election day nears, he has been visiting battleground states and encouraging young people to vote. In an interview, he stated that he has been doing his part to educate communities about the election process. I was doing my best to communicate why we're a part of this and why this is necessary, and how this could actually change our lives and our family members' lives and our communities, and actually create the system and the country that we all say we want. And now I think voting is the action, he stated. You get the vote, get the people in there you like, and then you also got to have the follow-up. The follow-up is going to these city council meetings, going to the Board of Education meetings, going to all any local meetings that have to do with your local government. You have to follow up, and you got to flood these offices with people, man. That's the only way you're gonna get what you want out of this government, is to on a local level get out there and go to all your city council meetings. I mean, in numbers, in big numbers, and ask and tell them what you want. Tell them what you want. Demand what you want, and let them know, if you don't give us what we need, when the next election comes up, you are out of here. So anyway, back to Common. He said he was doing his best to communicate, why it's necessary, and so young and first-time voters have been turning out in large numbers for the 2020 election. That's right. The rapper said these young people have been active on social media and protesting for a variety of causes, but now they are connecting the dots and having their voices heard with their vote. They see the effects of what can happen, Common said. They realize, okay, I'm wearing a Breonna Taylor shirt and I'm speaking up for Breonna Taylor, but if I don't go vote in my local and state elections and a presidential election, the federal officials, then I'm not doing the action to actually change the situation for a person like Breonna Taylor, who lost her life. Common, 48 years old, went on to explain that the young voters he has met are intelligent and forward-thinking, and chuckled while saying he felt he wasn't as smart at age 28. So the beautiful thing, I think our future is bright. We've been dealing with some tough times, but I'm starting to say, man, these times are about to move. We're moving past these times, and voting is one of our biggest steps to get past these times, he stated. The youth are the future. Common, who voted for the first time at the age of 27, said he is not surprised about how little some people know about local races. The reason for this, he said, is due to a large number of names on the ballots. However, he added that some just don't do their due diligence to learn about who the candidates are. I understand what it is to not feel like part of the process and not feel like politics has anything to do with you until it clicks, and it clicked for me. And I'm grateful it did, and I'm continuing to spread that so I'll click for other individuals. Recently, Common was in South Carolina campaigning for Democratic Senate candidate Jamie Harrison, who is running against Lion Lindsey Graham. The rapper said he threw his support behind Harrison because he believes the candidate can make sound decisions. I made a decision early on when I was deciding to vote, he said. I'm going to vote for people who I believe are good human beings who take into the consideration all walks of life, and I'm going to use my own intelligence and discernment to make those decisions. I look for good leaders, and a leader is someone who does serve the people, someone who is taken into consideration, is not self-serving, but is considerate of the communities that they represent, the people that they make decisions for. That's right. Get out there and vote, young people. If it's your first time voting, get out there and do it. And hey, you got to do your thing. Do your job. Get out there and vote. So, and here we go with another corrupt politician, this time a corrupt judge. They had a corrupt judge in Duval County. So Duval County Canvassing Board Chair resigns following Trump donation and sign controversy. So Chief Judge Mark Mahone said that although Stone resigned, he indicated he has always conducted, he claimed that he conducted himself fairly and impartially. Judge Shore was an alternate for the county judge, Gary Flower, who is the named chairman of the board, but has been absent the last week. County Judge Dirk will now take Shore's place as the primary alternate. Shore did not resign from his job as a county judge, and the county canvassing board has not reversed its decision to ban photography and videotaping of his work. Some elected officials plan to hold a 4:30 news conference at the elections office. City Council President Brenda Jackson and City Council Garrett Dennis each called on the board to invalidate its past work and start over with a new board, and they call on the board to end this ban of photography. Earlier, fellow Duval County Canvassing Board member Michael Boylan said the board's leader, Brent Shore, should resign in the wake of reporting from the Times Union that a county judge donated to Donald Trump's campaign. This is a county judge that is sitting on the canvassing of the votes. In other words, when they canvass the votes, they have to go over the votes and look at them to see if everything's okay. This judge, that was a Trump-leaning judge, which donated to Judge Trump over a dozen times, was in charge of counting the votes and making sure that all the votes were legal. So that means he could destroy and get rid of a lot of votes if he wanted to. Any votes that wasn't for Trump. So it's made clear to us on taking the role of responsibility, the canvassing board, we should avoid any appearance or actual support of any individual. They're supposed to be apolitical, means they not supposed to take any sides. This guy had donated to Trump and all kind of stuff. So he continued, Judge Shore, I think whatever steps the administrative judge takes to recuse himself from the process is totally appropriate for the credibility of the process. The follow was called by incoming Angie Nixon, who serves as the chairwoman of the Duval Democrats, who called for Shore to resign and a call for the Northside Coalition, a local civil rights group, for his resignation. Sure, Duval County judge is prohibited by judicial ethics rules from making any donations, and he is prohibited from displaying campaign signs as a canvassing board member. Yet, he has 6 Trump signs and 2 signs for Republicans, John Rutherford, in his yard. Now, let's listen to this now. His wife said those signs belong to her. But the judicial says the spouses cannot put political signs in the yard of the home where judges live. She claimed that those signs were on her side of the yard. Come on now. Shore has also sparked controversy by his refusal to lift a ban on the public photography and videotaping of the canvassing board as it collects ballots. The canvassing board has been going through mail ballots that were rejected by machines for the last week, and it will meet again Friday morning. So you got, this corrupt judge, corrupt Trump-leaning judge over there. They had him in charge of that particular canvassing board that was going through the ballots that were rejected by the machine to make sure that these ballots could, actually be rejected, or if they could be counted. And, hey, I'm quite sure they destroyed a whole lot of votes. Now, they just now getting this result as of today. So, hey, what led up to this? No telling how many votes, votes for Joe Biden they got rid of. No telling. So, time to do your thing, folks. Get out there and vote. Get out there and do your thing. Go Dodgers. KPVIDEONEWS, y'all.
Right. KPVIDEONEWS, y'all.
Peace.